Hold on now. They gave us a countdown, but she ain't give us no recording in progress, none of that.
Hey, that's not
Chat,
baby good.
chat, we giving y'all 5 minutes to pull up. Sorry for the wait too, man. Sorry for the wait too. We're giving y'all 5 minutes to pull up, and we're gonna get
I
started.
like I need to go live on them boys.
We about to send it out. The first people get a free T-shirt, man. Everyone who joined get a free T-shirt.
We ain't even get a free T-shirt yet.
Hold on.
Yo, send me the link. Oh, no, never mind. I got it.
I was about to say, OG, come on now.
Come on, son. Where are we going?
What is he doing? Yo, chat, it's Friday. It's Friday.
Took us long enough to get here.
You ain't telling me I ain't major. And we got one.
We got
one
goals.
now.
Dose and go.
Sorry for the wait too, chat. Oh, my bad, bro.
They said they can hear it.
You said what, Queen? Oh, Malika. Thank you. Chat, I need to get my bed. Hold on.
Go get you some merch. Put you on
Get you some merch, chat. It's in the link. It's in the link, chat. It's in the link, chat. Bro, how's your day? How's your day today? Like, are you ready? Are you super ready?
I don't know why I just took a deep breath. Like, my day was mad taxing, bro. Oh,
hey man, we got a viewer already, and they want to know where their shirt's at. Our first viewer said, "Where's our shirt at?"
OT Dub.
It's on the way.
OT Dub. We
it's on the way. That's what he said.
We figuring out logistics. What did you say?
I told Pops put his size in the chat, and we're gonna take care of him.
If he was smart, he would put every. Never mind.
He would send the link out to everybody, right? And everyone get a free T-shirt. It's all right though, man. It's the 14th.
He'll send the link and tell everybody, yo, put you in the so they could give you the. But I can only show the game. I can't teach you how to play it too. But it's all right.
Cool.
The day was good. I meant to tell you too. Remember we had the conversation about like the briefing and asking about days and all that. Something crazy did happen.
Nah, go ahead, go ahead.
Bro, why was it a snake?
Donde? In the crib?
In the warehouse?
What?
Like, in my office?
Yeah.
But it wasn't in my office. It was like behind where my office is at, like where we keep the paperwork and all. I was like,
nah. You know, man, what kind of snake we had?
It was a black snake. So it
was something scary though.
It looked scary. I thought it was a toy. So it's mad paperwork back there, right?
Yeah.
But the whole thing is 10. And what I didn't know is that they be leaning on, like not leaning on it, but they love going next to it definitely during the day because of the heat. It's better than standing outside in the open. It provides some type of cover.
Listen, man, they sound like us.
So it was on the shelf. And at first I'm thinking, oh, somebody playing games because the head was out. So I'm thinking somebody put a toy there trying to play games. And
Yeah.
I dismissed it, walked right past it. And then as I'm walking, I turned around to look again so I know where to pick it up. And it started like slithering back. I'm like, oh nah, that shit real. Like,
That's real. Yeah, yeah.
so I grabbed my paperwork I needed. I ran to my office, dropped the paperwork off. I came back. I spun the block. I was trying to see where he was at, son. I came back. Son was nowhere near.
You ain't tell nobody?
When I yelled, oh, that shit real, one of my coworkers was back there. He was like, what you talking about? I was like, it's a snake over here. So he came out there to see the snake. And when I had came back, he was standing there. He was like, where's that? I'm like, nah, that shit was right there. I felt like Boy Who Cried Wolf OD.
Mama Love, what's up?
What's up, Ma? She tuned
Oh,
in.
so
She tuned in early. Oh, speaking about that, time out, segue. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I know what
What's
I
up,
meant
beautiful?
to. I know what I meant to say last time, son.
What's up?
She got my Snap notifications on, bro.
Oh, so she waiting. Bro.
Every time I post a Snap, because she was saying something about Snap. She was telling me, "Oh yeah, you just sent. She was like, you just sent me something." And it was right after I posted, and I was like, "What you mean? What it say?" And she read the notification. It was like Jodi Snaps just posted it on his story. I started dying. I'm like, nah,
Bro.
you got my note. Yeah, she
Yeah.
got the noties on. I'm like, yo. So now I gotta really chill on the
But
Snap. That's where I go crazy at.
but listen, that's especially on Snap. But listen, that's the thing though. That's the whole excitement. I'm tweaking. That's the whole excitement of it, especially your Snapchat. Like everybody got your notifications on. Listen, and it's June too. Come on now, it's about to be summertime. Everyone got your notifications, man.
About to be nice out here. So I was just thinking about that. I was like, yo, my first 2 summers out here, I'm not gonna say I ain't do nothing, but it wasn't Jodi. It was.
I feel you. It wasn't what you accustomed to doing in the summertime type shit.
It was Joseph Worthy. It wasn't Jodi Worthy. Like,
Oh, so you was behaving then?
I was wild, chilling, going to different plant gardens and plant shows, and taking
Mama said she about to get my Snap too. Mama, we ain't gonna be having nothing but going
she
on.
About to see wild cooking shows. She about to tell us what we doing wrong.
Yep, and some Bible study. That's all. And watching the game.
Bible study.
Promoting the pod.
Promoting the pod, going crazy.
Speaking of the game, though, I really didn't get to watch game 1 yesterday, but I didn't watch till honestly the third quarter. I still got Mavs in 6. I watched a little bit of the highlights. Porzingis tweaked.
So I heard.
He came back off injury like they needed him to.
So I heard.
Jaylen Brown, no one put a ticket in, so he went off. I think Luka had 30, but I think it was a quiet 30. 30 is 30, but
30
I believe he had a quiet 30. Did you see that he asked to be taken out within I saw it in the highlights. It was either the first 3 minutes or the first 6 minutes. He got asked to get taken out of the game.
Luka?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't see that. I text you and Pops in the chat, and I was like,
"Indeed, Pat. It was a great game, especially
I don't know, Pops. You're gonna have to let us know, but I was dead serious what I said to y'all earlier. I told chat, I told him, I was like, listen, after I saw Al Horford do the fake, the jab step and drive to the basket and catch a dunk on me.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this game about to. He looked like Al Horford on
the Hawks.
Yeah, that's what he looked like. I'm like, yo, yeah, they gave you a shot before the game. Once I saw that, I was like, yeah, this game not even going. And I didn't want to watch the game. I had a long day. I was like, yeah, I don't feel like it. I'm tired. So when the game came on, I had to force myself to the living room. I was already on some the game came on, that happened. I was like, I'm gonna holler, I'm gonna catch the. But what I did see this morning when I looked at the stats, I saw Luka had 30.
Yeah.
Boston at 4.
Boston and 4 is crazy.
Crazy. I saw
Crazy.
Luka had 30. I think Kyrie had 14, 12. I should pull it up and look at it again, but he didn't even break 20.
Right.
And I saw that all together, they had like 9 assists or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that too. Their assist was very low.
I was like, yeah, the ball wasn't flowing like it usually is. If the ball not flowing, you don't have your key factors or your role players that come in and play
the role players.
Yeah, you don't got PJ getting his 16, 18.
At least 12 to 15 for PJ for real. That needs to be consistent though.
It gotta be. He's gonna be the those are the X factors. Like they gotta be able to do something that's in there or that gives a win. Gafford had 8 points.
How much did Tatum have?
22. Tatum had 16. Tatum didn't even break 20. But the myth is when Brown plays good, they win. When Tatum plays good, it could go either way.
Yeah. Boston defense a lot more aggressive than the Timberwolves and scrappy. That I agree with that. And also Porzingis is back. Like Porzingis is back, so that gives them an extra if Jalen is not doing it or if Tatum is not doing it. They have that with Porzingis. I feel like
I agree with the defense being more aggressive. I don't know if they're more scrappy than the Timberwolves. Maybe it's an identity issue. Maybe they don't have the look or they don't play as aggressive on offense, so they don't have the aggressive look. But I definitely, or the scrappy look, I definitely say defense, they more aggressive if you want to talk about ball switching, closing out on the boards, and just playing, not man up, but playing your man at your time. Yeah, they're a little more aggressive. I don't know if I would call them scrappy. I think they was home. I think
the break too. I mean, both teams had a break, but
the break for Boston was way longer. I think I was going to get to that as well, but I think nobody really expected Porzingis to contribute in the first quarter the way he did. And I also don't believe anybody saw Al Horford being that aggressive. And the crazy part is, for me, if I'm on a coaching staff and I'm assistant or associate, if I'm the assistant or associate, it's people like Al Horford, it's people like Brown, it's people like Porzingis coming back that I'm letting the head coach or the top players know, like, yo, y'all need to look out for these people because they have more of an X factor mentality coming into the game. Porzingis exactly. Porzingis want to be a key factor because he hear what everybody's saying, even if he's not listening to the media. As an athlete, you know, I've been out for a minute. They try. My contribution hasn't been highlighted to the team the way it should have been or the way it should be. So I need to bring my And as a competitor, you've been sitting out forever. So you want to get back into the swing of things. You want to get back into the swing of it. And for Al Horford, it's the same thing. It's like I know I don't got 2, 3, 4 more tries at this. This really might be my last one. So I need to make sure that I give my greatest contribution. I need to make sure I leave it all out here. And I need to make sure that I do what I can do to make sure that we win. And then for Jaylen Brown, I've been saying this forever. Nobody asked you to say anything you said. So the fact that he know what he said to the public about him being the greatest and him having all of these achievements is like that's bulletin material. It's like now it's put up a shut up time, especially since they've been in the finals twice already, and since they made it. They've been close. They've been close enough 3 times. I get that the other 2 where they were a little bit younger and they didn't have the pieces they have now. At the end of the day, just like I said in the last pod, they have more to lose than that if they lose this chip.
Yeah. And I feel like their team might get separated if that does happen and they do end up losing. I feel like someone is.
A team might be separated. The core of a team is Tatum and Brown, and they're not releasing neither one of them.
No, but you still have the Porzingis. I mean, the point guard.
Porzingis ain't going nowhere. He just got there. You got
the point guard. I meant to say.
You got
White.
the brother. You got the brother. White ain't going nowhere. White is too. He had a good playoff run this season. His season hasn't been. I don't believe his season has been anything as far as other teams are looking at him. If anything, another team is looking at him to come in and be a role player. Yeah, and he's more than a role player for the Celtics. So career-wise, that wouldn't be a good move unless they paying him a crazy bag. Drew Holiday is super role player, but he's been on so many teams. It's like, what other schemes out there is he gonna fit? He is now becoming a Patrick Beverly.
So that's what I'm going to ask you. You saying that it tarnishes their career, and I don't want to say tarnish, but I feel like it definitely messes up the team, like the team status, and also some of the key players individually. But if it messes up, like your take on it, as a coach and a GM, how do you fix that if you made it to the finals 3 years? I mean, 2 out of the 3 years and didn't win. You're going to keep everybody? Or what?
No, I'm not debating the fact that pieces got to get moved or changes got to happen. But when you say
got to happen,
when you say the team is gonna be broken up, it's like the key factors are either stuck there or like I see. For instance, I see Al Horford being a bigger piece of the pie than Derek White, right? So I see Al Horford being more of the team, like the team, right? Then you would say Derek White. Al Horford on his way out the door. So whether he retires or they trade him, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'll hurt the team, but at the end of the day, that's something we already can see happening.
Mm-hmm.
When I say, what do you mean by them breaking up the team? The pieces that would have to get moved or the pieces that they would change, they don't really have a crazy impact on the team that I would say they are part of that identity. And I'll give you an example.
Yeah, but go ahead.
I'll give you an example. For Minnesota, if you would say they have to break up or switch people on the team.
Those are two different teams.
Yes. But what I'm saying is their core, when you think of their team, you're thinking of Nas Reed. You're thinking of Cat, Carl. You're thinking of Carl.
Cat and
Ant. Exactly. When you think of the Celtics team, outside of Tatum and Brown, everybody else is disposable. And I don't mean to say it negatively, but everybody else, we're going to get there. Everybody else. Everybody else, I just read when I said we're going to get there, that was me. I was reading.
You meant the question.
I feel like everybody else is I don't want to say disposable, but they're not really part of the identity of the Celtics. Now,
which is why I asked, like, if they do lose, because, like you said, if it messes up their career, like that happens, something has to change.
Yeah,
I'm not saying the team's going to get broken up, but
they need to get. They're probably going to go for a star. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, and that's exactly what I said. Either they're going to try to get a star point guard, or they might. Yeah. That's all they
can do. Exactly my point. That's all they can do, because everybody else is not disposable, but it's not really a crazy impact. So if all they can do is go after a point guard, and their point guard now isn't a star, how much of the team are they really going to break up? Now, Porzingis just got there. I don't even know Porzingis' contract, but if they let Porzingis go, that's foolish, because we haven't been able to see his real playoff impact. We've seen what he's done during the season, but again, Porzingis, even when he was on my Knicks, boy always hurt, bro. Like, I've never seen him come into the league and play
type shit too.
82 games, bro. Yeah. I've never even seen him play 50 games and then a playoff run. Like, so, like, what we really talking about? And then, if they go get a star point guard, somebody gonna lose a bag somewhere. I think one of them is on their last year of their contract. I can't remember who it is. I don't know. This is why we need a stat baby, because we need somebody to be on Google going crazy while we talking.
Real quick, huh?
One of them is on the end of their contract. I don't know if it's Tatum or Brown. I believe Brown just got a hefty bag, but
I believe so.
It might be Brown, but either way, bro, they're not getting rid of neither one of them.
No, yeah, they're definitely not. They're definitely not getting rid of any of them. But what I meant by like breaking it up is what you said and what I said. Like, who are they gonna get at? Like, who are they gonna cut, or who are they gonna release? Or is Al Horford gonna retire to make it easier, or are they gonna try and bring in a point guard, or is Porzingis like? I don't know.
Or the other option is keep everybody together, see how healthy we can keep Porzingis, and see what we can do with a healthy squad.
Yeah, but that's why I asked you: is that even an option? With
I think truthfully, if they don't win, I think that's the better option, because if they do win, that's exactly what they're gonna do. Or do they still go and see if they could get a B roll or a B grade point guard? If they don't get an all-star point guard, I see them still doing that even if they win. They need a better point guard, bro. At the end of the day, they need a point guard that they can count on, run the floor,
yes, sir.
Floor general. They need something. Maybe they go get Trey.
Ooh, that'll be tough. They definitely need yeah. I'm with you.
Maybe they go
take off the load of
Brown and Tatum.
I don't want to say Brown doesn't take the load of Tatum, but I feel like they need a guard that needs to take off the load off of Brown, off of Tatum, because sometimes Brown isn't as consistent as the Celtics need him to be.
That's everybody's biggest problem. He's not as consistent. Tatum is.
So I feel like with a half decent guard, they might be able to ease off that pressure for a little bit.
That's a fact.
But as far as point guard and the chat talking about Kyrie, if he loses this, if the Mavs lose, I don't think it tarnishes his. It depends on his performance. If he is putting up 12 points, 15 points for the rest of the series, and they lose, then that's definitely a topic, a question to have. But if he bounces back and plays like he did the last series, and he gives like a good 20 and 9, 20 and 8, and
about averages,
yeah. If he can continue to do that for the remainder of the series, and they lose, I don't think it messes up his career too much, just because just in easier terms, the Celtics are a good team. Like they aren't a crappy team. But I don't know. Hopefully he does good. I'm thinking he's definitely going to bounce back, because again, they need that veteran experience. They need that person in the locker room, and Kyrie is that dude. But I feel like he bounces back, and again, my prediction stands: Mavs in 6 for sure.
I don't think. I can't say I don't think that it's gonna be. I feel like this about Kyrie. I feel like either way, he's gonna be a highlight of the end of this. And I know the question is, where do we see his career? I don't really see a change happening. What I see is that he's going to be a highlight either way. If they win, he's a highlight because he contributed and he led them amongst or by side of Luka. They both led them to the finals and to the championship.
Okay.
If they lose, I think everything is the same thing it was today. The rest of the summer is exactly what we heard today, which is, or what we've seen, which is he didn't do enough to make sure they sealed the game, because it's very evident that Luka is going to do what Luka needs to do. Can Luka do more? Yeah. This is the first time, or I'm not going to say the first time. Luka didn't have his regular triple-double. I'm not going to say he has it every single time. Most of the time, Luka gets a triple-double. And if it's a double-double, it's more so an assist. Lately, it's been more assist than rebound. So can Luka pass the ball more to get everybody else engaged into the game? Yes. But the way we seen Kyrie turn it up for Ant is what everybody is now expecting. So win or lose, Kyrie's gonna be part of the conversation of how it happened.
But even though like that's like you said, I agree with you on how basically he stepped it up for the Timberwolves, but that's the Kyrie we're accustomed to seeing in general. Like even though he picked it up for the Timberwolves and he picked it up against playing and guarding him, that's what we're used to seeing Kyrie do anyway. So that's why like, when he only gets to a point, 10 points is like, yo, what is going on? But I don't want to say that because he was still getting his points when he had LeBron. And
So and
I,
this is I'm gonna let you finish.
like for I didn't watch the first series they played the first series, but the past two I watched a lot, and I would just say some of Kyrie's jump shots just aren't going in like the threes that he normally would make in the years past, and he also doesn't he also doesn't attack the basket as he used to before, and I'm thinking it's because of Luca. Like, but I don't know because Brown was doing the same thing and he was doing the same thing with Brown. But I feel like just with their different gameplay, and Kyrie definitely like figured it out like his role playing with Luca, like how to make it work. But like you said, it's different from what we're accustomed to seeing and him putting up his normal numbers. But when they do both go off 30 and 30, 25-25, is like I have no idea what's
Automatic
up.
dub
I'm lagging.
a little bit. It's automatic dubs. So
Yeah.
the one time they both had a great game and it was close. I think it was game 2 or 3 against the Timberwolves. It was game
Yeah,
two.
they
It
both
was
had
game
33.
two. It was game two. They both went crazy, and I went on record saying they both had a great game. Dallas as a whole had a great game. Minnesota played subpar, and Dallas barely won. They won by 3. It's more evident now that they have to have great games, both of them, in order to win. And I think especially against this Boston team. The end of what I was saying about Kyrie's career is Kyrie's a point guard that is an overall point guard slash shooting guard, if you want to put him in that role. And by that I mean he's not just a bucket getter, even though he is a bucket getter. A walking bucket he is for sure. The main thing about Kyrie is he has the IQ, the vision, the passing ability, the scoring ability to get everybody engaged into the game. He has the IQ to play basketball and make sure he's putting the team in situations where they are effective. And I didn't watch the game last night, but I can almost guarantee he was not doing those things last night. When he was getting buckets with LeBron on Cleveland, when he was playing great basketball in Cleveland, it wasn't just him scoring. It was him being a floor general. It was him getting everybody engaged into the game. It was him also playing defense.
Yeah, I was about to say he was definitely playing defense, and most of his steals too just came from easy
Playing
plays.
defense. Playing defense. So I say all that to go back to my ending, what I was trying to end with about Kyrie. That's another reason why this really wouldn't change his career. He would just be seen as another player that was going around the league trying to chase
Another player
another, not
going
another
around the league
player.
trying to chase a ring.
Yeah, in that
No,
circle, in that
nah.
hold on, in that circle of players, yeah, he's still gonna be. So in that circle
Okay,
of
I understand. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
in that circle of great players chasing a ring, which this is the first time we got to see it. We didn't see it in the 90s. We didn't see it in the early 2000s. everybody team was sticking to their team. Paul Pierce wasn't going around. Kevin Garnett got traded one time. That was wild early in his career. He wasn't going around. It really started with Shaq. Shaq was the first person we really seen going from team to team to get a ring.
Yeah.
Because he was that powerful. It was like, yo, Shaq, come over here. Shaq, come over here. We're going to get a ring. So
but I don't think Kyrie is like that, though. But I know what you're saying. My bad.
Players, it's a group of great players that are doing that. James Harden, PG, LeBron,
Melo,
KD. These are great players. They're not just another player. But what I'm saying is Kyrie's going to be just another player. And his thing wasn't chasing rings. He always wants to get a ring. Yeah. But he went from team to team. Nobody in 10 years, nobody's gonna be like, oh, Kyrie, he wanted to mesh well. He was spiritual. Nobody's gonna say that. Everybody's gonna say, yo, my boy was trying to get a ring, another ring. He already has a ring, bro.
Yeah.
He's good.
This guy.
You see them. I'm throwing him for a reason. I'm throwing him for a reason. He's good. Like for the rest of his career is, all right, can I get another one? And can I play great basketball while I get another one? He's not ever going to go to a team and sit on a bench and get a ring.
Right.
That's not going to be Kyrie.
Yeah. I mean, and he's probably, his talent is still going to be above whatever. It's
still going to be, exactly. And so I say all that to get back to the original question, where do we see his career? If they lose, nobody's really going to say anything outside of he didn't contribute as much as he should have to make sure they won. After that, it's gonna be like, okay, saddle back up, let's go again. Him and Luka gonna be there again. Let's hope.
I don't think Kyrie's. I don't think
he's not getting traded. They're not. The only way Kyrie gets traded is if some wild shit happens.
Do some wild shit, yeah. But like you said, I understand what you're saying though, as far as him.
Wild shit that I'm talking about. Because LeBron just went on his pod and was like, he basically was like, I miss playing with Kyrie. That was the best player not the best player I play with, but he's one of the best players in the league. Yeah. The way LeBron been manipulating the league in the depth chart and in the rosters, I don't know if that was a call out, but that's the only way I see Kyrie leaving is if he go back to the Lakers and him and LeBron try to do it again. But even that setup is wild, weird, bro.
Remember he did say that though. I don't know. We're gonna skip off to the next thing, but he did say that on I Am Athlete. He didn't say it, but they was like, yo, if the Lakers call, I think this was maybe 2 years ago. But he was like, if the Lakers call, would you be willing to play with Brown? Or it was like, would you play with Brown again?
Yeah, I think that's when he was going through his riff in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In Brooklyn, he was trying to leave. Like he was trying to get up out of there. Him and Brooklyn didn't end on good terms. He was trying to get up out of there. So I don't know if that was it, but they relationship is weird. Like they wanted to play together, they played together. Then it was LeBron didn't want him. Then it was he didn't want to be with LeBron, and then that conversation happened where it's like
it was definitely on some where it was definitely on some. Kyrie didn't want to Kyrie wanted his own team, and that's why he
wanted his own identity. And when you that nice, and when you got that much control over how a game ends, and how it develops throughout the 48 minutes.
Talk to me.
I would want my own team too.
Mavs in 6, chat. Mavs in 6. Mavs in 6.
I agree. I'm not gonna be mad if it goes.
I'm not because I keep saying we're not gonna stick too much time. But one thing I did see on the game that I saw when they played the Timberwolves, when they were down yesterday, they came back and they cut the deficit from 20 points to 8. And once I saw that, it was like, all right, if they do this, then okay. So me seeing that, I think they're going to be fine the rest of the series because they was able to cut the deficit. And I feel like Luka getting out of the game, because once they saw Luka out the first half of the first quarter, just as anyone would, it's up. Let's run this up real quick. And then, but Mavs in 6. We're gonna go over the boxing real quick. A little celebrity match that it got postponed with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
Boom. That's where the commercial would have came.
Bow! Commercial break.
But yeah, that did get, and that goes back to is the media telling us the truth?
In regards to what?
Mike's health.
Well, they said it happened during camp, during training.
His stomach flare up or ulcer flare up or whatever it was. He had an ulcer flare up. I don't even know what a stomach ulcer is. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't. Not only do I not want to watch this fight, I don't care for this fight to happen, bro. Like in my eyes, that's like Jordan playing somebody 1-on-1, like a YouTuber 1-on-1, and it's
Indeed.
not, it's not because they happen to be on the court at the same time. It's like Jordan going on a whole media run, setting this up, and all of this to go play somebody 1-on-1, and it's like I don't see Mike needing the bread, bro. He got his podcast doing great. Um, his face card is great. Pause. Part of my left. Um, I don't see him really needing his bread. I don't understand why they doing. I really don't understand why they doing this, bro.
Bro, it's a little bit. It's a little bit. I don't like just how when he fought Roy Jones.
Nah, don't even get into that. One more thing before you get into that.
Go ahead.
This I was tight already about the celebrity fights when Mayweather. I would rather that. I would dead rather that.
Yeah,
But
me too.
I was tight when the first fight that got me tight was Mayweather fighting McGregor.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
Because when he fought Pacquiao, I was like, oh, like they
That
them
needed to happen though.
them two being who they are, it's gonna be serious. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's gonna be. Is it gonna be the same type of fight as it was if they would have fought 10 years earlier? Nah, they not. Neither one of them is healthy enough or young enough to even give the same effort, to exude the same effort. But when him and McGregor fought, I was just like, yo, come on, son. Like, bro, first of all, son is 15 years younger than you. He got way more energy than you. Son don't even box. He fight, but he don't even box for real. So you can't even really, because May and his ladder, the second half, when I started watching him, his biggest thing was defense.
Mm-hmm.
And touching you from being aggressive, part of my left. That was Mayweather's, that was his star attributes. You're gonna be aggressive to him and he gonna line you up. Boop, boop, bow. McGregor don't fight enough for him to do that. That had me tight. So now with this,
but I feel you. It's a different type of if anyone in the UFC was, it would have to be him, especially back then because he was.
Absolutely.
If
Anybody was, but it didn't need to happen. Oh, it's like what I'm trying to get at.
But why not though? I feel like that probably was. I'm not putting those two in the same category. I'm not putting the McGregor and.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same either. But I think that was the start of all of this celebrity dumb. I don't want to be cussing too much, but
so how do you feel about Masvidal and Nick Diaz boxing?
I love it. You saw the press conference? They are in the same world, bro. You didn't see they both of their camps had a brawl.
Yeah, I saw that.
They're at least in the same world. Not only are they in the same world, they're in the same generation. If they want to kill themselves,
yeah, but that is the same thing.
And
that's the same thing that they're doing with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Though it's a corny fight between the two, bro. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It is.
They're in the same generation.
Hold on. Just because they're both UFC and they're both willing to box each other, and you say they're both in the same generation, it's still purpose. And even though they're still able to fight and compete and like for the record to actually show for something, it's still more for the fans than it is for that purpose. The same way.
What are we talking about? All of these sports we talking about in general is for the fans.
So what are you talking
It's
about?
all entertainment.
Exactly. So talk to me.
So it's entertainment, but at the same time, they're at least in the same generation. So it's not like not half. I don't want to disrespect. A lot of people who are Jake Paul fans don't even know who Mike Tyson is. And if they do, it's because he's the idol. They don't know who Mike Tyson is. I'll eat your heart out.
Yeah.
Like, they don't know that Mike Tyson. They know, oh, this is a crazy boxer. They both have enough energy to produce somewhat of a good fight. Not that Mike doesn't, because you saw Mike train. Mike still got them paws. But in the sense of putting on a good show without tarnishing careers, without tarnishing people's faces, public faces, part of my left, not actual physical face, without tarnishing people's celebrity, and it's somewhat coming from the same realm. Those are two different fights. Everything is for entertainment. Basketball, football, UFC, boxing is all still for entertainment. And I get that they're not
more for entertainment, though.
Yeah, I get that they're not fighting in their respective sport. They're not going to do a UFC match. They're going to box, which is part of UFC. But at the same time, we want to see that. I'm gonna keep it.
I'd rather see them niggas fight in UFC.
I'm gonna keep it as PG as possible. Let me ask you one question: who you want to see fight more, Nate Diaz and Mozzie, or Jake Paul and Tyson?
I just answered that. I'd rather see them fight in the UFC.
Rather see them fight, period?
No, I'd rather see them fight in the UFC. But you're comparing those two. I'd rather see Mike Tyson and Jake Paul just for the entertainment, not for the fight. Why? Because
how is that entertaining if they're not fighting?
November 18th it got postponed. But if they do fight, we're just talking about like the shit happened. Like,
yeah, but what is the entertainment part about it is
Jake Paul
them fighting. It's not them just standing next to each other. The entertainment part of the fight is them fighting, them actually fighting.
Yes, and those two different people fighting.
You got it. I'm saying I'm just trying to let you know that. I don't want to see Mike Oldaz get in the ring with Jake Paul. One, because Jake Paul not even a real boxer. And two, nobody want to see, let Mike ride out. Like, Mike, ride out. Do what you doing. Nate Diaz.
He want to fight, though. You can't get mad at him because he wanted to fight Roy Jones.
And now I was cool with that. Him and Roy Jones.
You tell Mike what to do and what not to do. Then
I get in the ring with Mike.
Nobody want to see that. That's entertainment.
Exactly my point, bro. Exactly.
What is your boxing record?
What is Jake Paul's boxing
in
record?
the ring? What is your boxing record in the ring? You got nothing for nobody to see.
What is Jake Paul's boxing
They want to see either Mike Tyson Jake Paul up, knock his head off, or they want to see can he fight?
Possibly.
Can he spar with him?
Can he?
That's what they want to see.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Well,
maybe it's just me. I think we could do a poll. That's good. Do a poll.
If they want to see the fight or not?
I'd rather see more. Nate and Mozzie or Flake and Tyson.
I bet you our chat don't even know who Mozzie is.
I bet you half of our chat don't even know who Jake is outside of this fight.
Bro, everyone knew Jake Paul from YouTube.
Everyone who? Yo, chat, who Jake Paul?
Everyone knew Jake Paul and his brother from YouTube.
Nobody. I don't care about them, bro. Maybe it's me. I don't care about them.
I'm with you. But as far as the entertainment purpose, as what they're setting it up for the fans, for us,
Don't say for us. I ain't a fan. Mike don't. Mike. That's why I want Mike to go in there and knock his head off. Cause stay in your place.
Exactly. Oh my god. You. That's why I like you, bro. You. It just takes some time. It just takes because you just explain what you want to see.
I don't want to see it, but I want it to happen. Part of
Oh,
me. If I said it wrong, I don't care to see it. But if since it's happening, I hope Mike knock his head off. And now he can't fight nobody ever again. Go back to making YouTube videos.
chat. He want to see the fight. He just typed that. He just typed that they. He just typed that they set it up, man.
I don't even care about sports no more. Man. I
He
don't
don't.
even.
He don't, man. It's
I
all right. We
don't
could.
even. I
We could.
don't
We
even
could go
care,
into.
man. Have a fight. I bet you I ain't watching it. And
I
if
bet
I
you.
do watch it, I gotta watch it just to get up here and talk to everybody else about it.
Chat. You see this dude?
Yo,
He covering his steps early. The fight not even until November. He covering his steps early.
I got to. You gotta stay
Here we
sharp.
are though. Here we are though. The next
You gotta
one we
stay
got
sharp.
our next boom. And my boy said we about to have some commercials for y'all. So we would have had a commercial right here. But our next topic is men's until uh awareness month for June. For some reason, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I really thought it was July.
Nah, it's
But
June. Big June.
big June. Do you have anything to speak on that? Any tips for our men in the chat?
Nah, I do got a couple of things I want to hit on, but I think I want to do a temperature check. I want to see where you heading with this. I want to see what you got on what you got to say on it first.
What I got to say on what?
What you got to say on it first? This might be a yeah. Let me grab the mic early. This might pull it on my left. This might be one of them segments. Let me just keep it close though. See?
I would definitely say with mental health could go a different. It can like you can. I would just say it has different layers. Like just I would just speak on our friend group and just how we check up on each other and how we. I would just yeah how we just like check in to see how we're doing and stuff. I don't know how to go with it, but there's definitely different. I'm kind of stumped right now.
I'm gonna say
I don't want to like repeat it, but basically, how when we check up on each other, right? From when we did that from high school till now, we was able to see like how each person like developed individually, taking care of themselves mentally and physically. So I feel like that also helps us individually as men to grow and to take care of our mental health, but then also to look out, I guess, look out for signs or others for others that men that need help or you can see they're being too strong or whatever because that goes back to like that goes back to
Juju pills crazy. My fault. My fault. My fault. Want to be funny guy.
like you know how when we speak amongst each other like you and I and how we probably don't tell each other everything because one like we got it two like we don't need to fully express everything that's going on because we're gonna get through it grow through it and that's it. So with mental health with men I feel like it's a little it's a battle. It literally is a battle, but it's a battle between you got it and like you not wanting to reach out for help because you want to see if you can do it, or you got it and you don't want to reach out for help because you feel like other people don't care, or
So
you're just not to reach
talking
it.
you talking from the standpoint of um what mental health looks like currently for men. That's what you getting at. Like that's the viewpoint or the vantage. That's the vantage point you coming from.
Yeah, and how people deal with it or try to deal with it. Because, like I said, it's tricky for men. I feel like it's tricky just because I feel like you can't always speak about what's going on, and for better words, for like you're bitching or I'm bitching, but
No,
then that's also a battle because some people think that they are when in reality they just need to speak and they haven't done that, or if they have and other people looked at them differently, and then that's where all stuff just be happening. So
how many times have I talked to you? Definitely at the vow, right? And in one conversation, I either be like, "Nah, I'm just bitching," or I'll be like, pardon my language. I don't want to offend nobody.
yeah,
Um,
I feel like I had to say like
to get the point across.
yeah.
Um, or I'll be like, "Nah, I'm bugging." Um, even still to this day.
To this day.
So I heavily agree with you on that. Like heavily. I think you said that perfect. That part I think you said perfect. Um, something I wanted to clear up, and like I said, I got a couple things I want to speak on. But something I wanted to help you identify or to see if this is where you was going with it. For men, our mental health is under the umbrella of two options. Either we have the friends that we can go to, or we have the people we can go to talk, or we just bottled up. And even in the first option, it's kind of a catch 22 because if we say too much, the way most of us is raised, internally we feel like we complaining, and then on the outside we might be looking at each other like you complaining, when in reality things gotta be talked about. That's sick.
That's very sick.
That's sick. And I'm glad you said that because that's
It goes back to it.
that's what I said. That's what so I'm gonna finish this and then I'm gonna go on my Jody. I'm gonna finish this and then I'm gonna go. So, and I feel like that's where you were going with that. That we either have people to talk to or we don't. And even when we do have people to talk to, we kind of damned because it's like you can't say too much because then you looked at as you complaining or you looking at yourself as you complaining. And then you can't say a little bit because you're not getting the full justice of having a conversation. And that's why I said it's funny that you say that because when we were really in the growth of our adolescence, like when we really got to college at first, and we really was breaking down the way we was raised, and we really was breaking down the current situation we was going through, and we was breaking down how we going to handle it or what are our options and things like that. I remember very, 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 very clearly of me always saying like, "Nah, I'm itching," or I'd be like, or I always give myself a or. I could just man up and push through it and figure it out, something like that. Now,
No, I'm gonna let you go. Please remember your thought. What you're about to say, but and just yes or no. This. Do you feel like
oh,
looking back on it now? Do you feel like you were bitching enough for the most
um,
part, or do you feel like you was just really getting stuff off your chest?
so that goes into the tail end of what I'm about to say.
All right.
To answer your question is 50-50. And there's a plethora of reasons why, but the two biggest reasons why is 50-50. One half is like I wasn't given in some situations I wasn't giving myself enough runway, meaning I wasn't going through the situation long enough to really figure out like, oh, it is this like this is I it was a lot and I get that it was a lot, but I can handle this. So
Mhm.
in those situations I do kind of feel like that, And then on other situations, it's like I don't feel like I was itching, only because had I had the confidence to speak more earlier, a lot of my ways of thinking would have never even built to how far they built. And then certain situations I would have never even seen them the way I saw them at that
Mm-hmm.
moment. That makes sense.
I'm with you. Yeah.
So that was the tail end of what I was gonna say. And to get into that was it's crazy how we even have a mental health month and you don't see it nowhere. And this is not I don't want nobody to take this, oh, he crying for help. It's not. I'm just speaking on the topic as
On the topic in general, right?
um we're not even being talked about. We're not even being talked to about how to communicate, even with each other, right? They giving us a one size fit all pill. Like, yo, you going through something, go talk to somebody, and then that's it. That's men's mental health. Like,
Yeah.
that's the awareness they bring into it. Yo, you going through something, go talk to somebody.
It's okay to talk to somebody.
Right. Go. Yeah, it's okay to. They giving us the green light to go talk.
Yeah.
And even within our community, I applaud the men who are pushing that agenda or saying or giving that same spill where it's like, yo, it's okay to talk to somebody. I applaud that.
Right.
Okay, y'all spent. I'm 27. Let's just use me as an example.
I want to give you the big screen for real, for real.
Let's give me as the example. Even if that's what you're telling me, it's okay to talk to somebody. Me and you started breaking down our own shit. It wasn't until we was 21, 22. Oh, no, I'm bugging.
OD, but
It wasn't until we was 18, 19.
17, 18,
17,
yeah.
17 was the first year we was in school. 18, 19, we really started leaning on each other, part of my left, and figuring out what we want our manhood to look like. The principles we already had aware to us, which ones we agree with, which ones we wanted to instill into our own life, maybe our
How we
kids,
about to grow.
how we wanted to grow, things of that nature, right?
Yeah.
So boom, you now telling me it's okay to talk to somebody. Okay, that's where the conversation stopped. You just spent 18 years of my life telling me stop complaining, stop itching and complaining, man up, what you crying for, what you complaining for. And for me personally, I'm not trying to toot my own horn because when I was a youngin, I was a crybaby. I took my lickings crazy. Like, I don't know if Mom Duke's still on here. If you ask anybody about the childhood, I was never running from the whoopings, bro. I would tell you I did that. I'm standing on that. And when I get beat, I'm going to cry about it. I don't care. Crybaby. And I'm not saying that to toot my own horn, but I always been a more aggressive male, right? And I only say that to say half of the stuff that we are telling men to talk about could be argued, but nonetheless, the conversation stops there. Y'all not telling us what to talk about, what that conversation looks like, how does it break down? Fact. How to break that conversation down. Y'all not even telling us who to talk to. The only people y'all really saying to talk to is go to therapy, go get some therapy. And before you even get to therapy, it's so many conversations that could be had that nobody really want to have. Even if you grew up with no father in the house, there's a bunch of other males that you can go talk to about the most simple conversations that you might not know you can talk about because nobody's talking in general.
Mm.
And it could be something so simple like, yo, how I'm supposed to handle my first date. And I don't want to automatically jump into the relationships and shit. But it could be something so simple as, yo, how I'm supposed to handle my first date. What are some things that I should be looking out for? What are some things that I need to make sure I'm doing myself? What are some things that I need to instill into my character so that when I do approach said young lady, or I do go on date with said young lady, I know I'm doing what I need to do, right?
Right.
Um, and it's not conversations or developments of the conversation that need to be had. So I don't really. One of the great sayings I heard most recently is, "If you really want to change the world, change yourself."
That
I'm
was
not.
that was in the show or something. I think I heard that recently.
Hey, I don't know where I got it from, but
That boy tapped in with it.
I mean, but that's how I feel about men's mental health. If anybody has ever been around me on a personal tip, y'all see how I handle kids. Y'all see how I am with kids. With the teenage years, I'm always gonna be a little more rougher on them young boys. I'm always gonna let them young boys get whatever they got to get off. But I'm going to. I think all men do this. I think some men just don't do it as aggressively. I'm going to instill in them what I think they need to be given. I'm gonna give them the tools that I think they need to be given. So
Right.
every age bracket I handle differently. But if
That's for
anybody
sure.
has seen me around any kids, any adolescents, even my peers, I remember we was in a conversation and it was like somebody was like, "Yo," somebody was like, "Yo, I feel mad old because somebody just big bro me and we the same age." And I had text back. I was like, "You think that shit crazy? Imagine somebody older than you big broing you."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's been happening.
That was in the chat. That was in the chat.
Again, I'm not trying to toot my own horn or nothing. That has been happening to me since I was a pup, bro. Like
Yeah, yeah.
15, 14, 15, yo, big bro, all right, big bro. Like, and it's not something that it wasn't always size, it wasn't always aggression. It was just how I handle myself and how I handle conversations. I was never a peer pressure type young buck.
No.
It's a lot of things that I did that other people did, but if I wasn't effing with it, I wasn't going to do it. If I wanted to do it,
You was doing that shit.
I'm doing, I'm doing it. And I think that's the confidence I built within myself. I think a lot, and I only bring that up. I don't want to get too long winded. I only bring that up because I think confidence is the number one thing to why men in general have a lot of mental health issues. Men and women are different. We could say that until we blue in the face. Confidence is one of the biggest reasons. Respect is one of the biggest reasons. Our motors are oiled by different oils.
Mm.
We run off of,
And experiences, but
yeah.
that's the
Men
oil.
and women run off of men and women engines run off a different oil. You can't give women the same oil that you give a man, and you can't expect a man engine to run efficiently by the same oil you give it to a woman.
Yeah.
So not to make anything long-winded, that's my take on it. I respect the fact that they highlighting it for a month, but I think the big mental health, if you want to really make some change or some pushes, um, oh, I forgot this part. Damn. We need to close the gaps between the generations. We need to set up the guidelines between the generations, and we need to have way more communication between the generations. And I don't hate it. It's sad to say that there is a whole generation after us. Yes, we getting up there, but there's also a generation before us. Um, and the better we are with building that communication, the more everybody wins. The elder generation feels more alive because they get to actually push the knowledge
Amen.
and instill their experiences into somebody else.
Amen.
Um, so they feel more alive, they feel younger, there's more of a connection. We grow better as men because we're stuck in between. So we grow better as men because we now have the experiences from the older generation telling us how to live better. And then we also grow better as the elder. We grow better as the replacement once we get to grab the other youngins.
because we know how to do it and we had someone
We
right.
tuck them under the wing. We show them the better way. We steer them into the right way, and it gets better and better as we close the gaps and we better that
Right.
communication.
And that goes along with like it could go with I don't want to put uh different generations and parenting like together, but it's the same
That's
thing
part of it.
with yeah, like parenting, being able to give all your experience and your all into your children for the better of them. And then the same thing with the higher generation building that relationship with us to better ourselves and to better everything else after us is the same thing when parents do that for their
Look at
kids. One,
you.
it bridges their relationship, it makes it much closer. Two, it makes it a little easier for the conversations if the child feels like it's needed. And then also it
Child is a receptive.
my guy, yeah, more receptive to it. And also the same way you and I want to do it for the youth is the same thing that if kids get that from their parents or if they get that from another from a figure they look up to, they're able to give that to their peers. They're able to give that to the youth under them, and it's the same thing. Like, but it's just the want. Like, people are just like in their own thing where they don't even care about the greater good type thing.
It's the Western ideology, bro. Like everybody is out for self. Everybody is out for self.
And
Everybody
and it's understandable.
self, 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 self.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say it's understandable. I would say I understand how we got here, and
I get it.
I would say I understand how easy it is to just focus on self.
Right.
I'm not gonna say I understand why people carry it out and continue with it. Um,
I'm with you. Okay. No, no matter. Yeah, that's definitely a better way to put it because sometimes I'll be walking around and it's the same way when I hit you up. I'm like, yo, I don't be knowing what's wrong with people. Like, I I generally do love people. Like, just to
bro,
have a different experience and just to everyone's different. But there's times where I'm like, yo, like, what is wrong with you? Or like, I don't know. But I
nah,
had a question.
you be looking at them like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
Yeah, like we can't. Like, you don't
what
want
you
to
got
go out. Or,
going on? My biggest thing is, yo, bro, I don't care what's going on, how you doing. Like,
right.
you could leave it at that. I'm from New
And
York.
that's the simplest thing and the easiest thing.
Yeah, I'm from New York. We do that. That's a drive by. Like,
Right.
how you doing? We don't even look for an answer.
Yeah.
Keep it pushing.
That or head on just a gesture, and it goes back to our episodes before. Like, it helps you as a person. I
Right.
had a question though when you were speaking about your like your 13 and 14-year-old self. I thought about this a few days ago. I was like, hold on, we got a question in the chat. I never thought about it like that. My question is, and I was thinking about
Did
this.
you just say that? Or is she just saying in general?
No,
Let
that's what
us
I'm,
know.
I think I did say that. Um, they really did. Nah, they really did think about it like that, but they just didn't go in depth. Um,
Fact.
but what I was thinking about, what if we became like closer, or like how different would our relationship be, or how different would I be if we became closer
Younger?
freshman, like like
Younger?
ninth, like ninth grade, early 10th, when when you was
Get emotional. Chill.
when you was walking around being OG for the town. How do you think our relationship would have been? Because, like you said, like we weren't ninth grade, we weren't like as close. We weren't nowhere as close as friends until we actually started talking.
Yeah.
But then once I once you was like you said, if you want to do something, you're gonna do something, right? But once you was like, nah, like let me chill around him, or once you was like, or you was controlling your chill, I was like, nah, this boy, he just like he just be going out and doing whatever he wants to do, and he just be active. So, and that was just me imagining it because one, I never saw it because I never went out like that, and two, you, in better words, like protected it. So, how do you think stuff would have turned out?
So, yo, whenever you be thinking, whenever you be thinking, for some reason, I always picture you warming up your shoulder.
When I'm thinking,
This is mad funny to me. When you be sitting there thinking, like, I picture you in your head going through the whole motion, throwing, like, I don't know why. Anyway,
shit, I'd be locking in. That's why.
um, I say this, and I'm gonna stand on this till the day I die, bro. Meeting. All right, so I'm gonna go back a little bit. Before, like you said, we knew each other. We was teammates. We was cool. We wasn't as close freshman year as like
Yeah, summer.
if we look at our friendship as a graph,
That's what.
it was just going. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just going. Like we didn't start the upward trajectory until probably like sophomore year, going in like the longer we got to know each other, even though we knew of each other younger than that, but until freshman year we wasn't friends, and then after freshman year we got closer and closer and closer. Um, I'ma stand on this hill until the day I die. The relationship between you and Pops changed my life. And it wasn't the relationship of me seeing y'all. It wasn't me just saying, oh, he got a dad. It was how you acted as your own person. And then it was me meeting Pops and and something I say all the time. I say this all the time that me and Pops was cool because Pops saw himself in me. Like I'm a die. That's another hill I'm a die on.
Listen, and I got my own opinion on that, but go ahead.
That's another hill I'm a die on. I'm a die on that hill too. Me and Pops built our relationship because of, and I never, me and him never sat down and had this conversation, but I'm always going to say he saw himself in me. So me having the same linear perspective where it's like I always saw myself like this is the type of dad I wanted to be. And then seeing y'all together, that's why I wasn't calm because I was trying to be calm. It was when we wasn't cool. I meant to say this. When we wasn't as cool as we was before, and I saw you on your shit, like my boy was a student athlete. My boy was not playing in them books. He was not playing in practice. He was not playing when it came game time. Like my boy was like he didn't take the. I'm gonna tell y'all, me, I was just with the titles, and I was mad smart. Or I don't think anybody will tell you different. I was mad smart. I just didn't care. I didn't agree with sitting down and somebody just talking to me all day, especially the people that was doing it.
Right, especially some of our teachers. Yeah.
Um, but it was the way you handled and you took pride in everything. It was all of it was just a respect thing. The way I respected you and how you handled yourself and carried yourself. And then I met Pops and the way I respected Pops. And then I was coming to the crib and I was chilling with y'all a little bit after practice, or I was chilling with y'all a little bit before the game. I saw the way that y'all acted with each other. I think to answer the original question, I think this all would have happened way sooner. But your mom Deuce and Thea would have been right. Mom Deuce and Thea would have been right as far as because they dead hated me at first.
No, they ain't hate you. They
I don't want to say hate.
They didn't want us to get in trouble. That's all.
I don't want to say hate. But they knew if we was gonna get in trouble, it was because of me. And I think if we would have meshed the way we meshed now back then,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think, and then not bad trouble.
I definitely would have been like, yo, bro, if you want to get into some trouble, I'm with it. Like,
yeah, not.
I'm not gonna lie. Pops on here, I probably would have did that maybe one time. If we was like how we was now,
yeah,
or
facts.
Like, just me and you seeing like the way you saw me seeing you from the outside, like I just had to use my imagination.
Facts, and it was the same thing. It was kind of the same thing for me because we wasn't as together as we was soon to come. But a lot of the shit I could see. Like I could see it. Like the way you just handled yourself and the way you handled not other people, but the way you stood on business. It was like we was this perfect. Damn, I wish I came up with this earlier.
Nah, go ahead. That's fire. Go ahead.
We was the same person, bro.
Yeah.
Dead ass. From two different sides of the street.
And that's what we always tell each other.
And that's exactly it was the same. That's where the respect came from. We was the same person from two different sides of the street.
Yeah.
The way I wanted to do what I wanted to do and I was going to do it, it was the same way with you. You just had more guidance to do the right shit. The way you was not doing what you did, bro. I remember being in the middle of parties, bro. Not even parties. The party about to start. Everybody just getting it. Everybody getting there, and somebody might have shown up with a case of beer, or I might have pulled the bottle out the book bag, and it's about to turn into a party. And some like, yeah, I got a fade. Yo, you run into the store? All right, drop me off on the way.
Take me to the crib, son.
Son did not care who. If it was time to go, son was out. Son was out. As long as they wasn't lit, yeah, or somebody he couldn't really F with, son was out of there.
Yeah.
And it's simple things like that. It's like, and that's what built the respect part of it. That's what it was like, nah, I go fuck with son. Like he really about his business. And then you get the football into it. Then you get the hanging out into it. And then it's like, you definitely one of them people that son is mad layered, but you would never know if you don't get next to him. Like if I took you outside or if I took you to people you don't know, they'll be like,
what's wrong with this dude, son?
Yeah, like, nah, son is a square.
They're like, yo, don't bring him out here no more.
Yeah, no more. Like, son is, yeah, don't bring him out here no more. And then it's like, I'm sitting there dying because I'm like, I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah,
son is a clown. Like, son is layered as hell.
And that's dead when you
for you. I feel like I know for a fact because I heard it mad times. It's the same thing for you. It's like I could be doing something and I'm really chilling, and somebody be like, "Nah, he's bugging," and then you would be laughing like, "Y'all don't even know." It's not like
I'm like, son is doing like I said before, son is doing pretty good. Because he could either be, and it doesn't even have to be at other people. It could just be like taking himself a while just to have the conversation or just to speak through it. But one thing I did, I always saw too, just the same way you said that you saw us being the same, but just from two different. And the same way you saw yourself in Pops and how you feel like Pops maybe saw himself in you is the same way when I was going over your crib, especially when I was going over your crib is how I saw, I don't want to say my Pops in you, but I just saw the similarities between y'all two. And the way how you guys, the way how like the grandma love you guys have off the rip, the love that you guys have for lions off the rip, and like lions and tigers, just like, and I don't want to say from what I know from both sides, if I had to put both backgrounds up together, it would be comparable. So that's what made me like want to be your friend even more is because one, we was already friends, and two, it was like
Nah, I know him.
I already
Nah, I know him. I know him.
I already know this guy. So
I know him.
type shit. So it was like bet. And then it was just when you was like, yo, bro, wherever you go to school at, I'm going to school. Like I don't give a shit.
Yo.
And I was like, yo, if that's how you feel, then we out. And
Out. Bro, I
it was
wasn't supposed to go to college, bro. I wasn't even, and I don't like talking about like it's certain parts of my life I don't like talking about because it sounds so cliche. Like it sounds like, oh, you got
you're
a
not supposed to
story.
be here.
Yeah, you got a story. Everybody got a story. But
Type shit, yeah.
I had college recruits pulling me out of class, and I did not like. I don't know what type of conversation we had. Did you bring the gear? What gear? Did you bring the gear? Oh,
You remember when we got pulled up by Albright together?
did you bring the gear? Like,
Listen, I thought they was gonna take us to the damn school that day.
bro, I
was,
gotta go back to class after this? Like, what? That thing out bugging. No book bag, no special. Like,
I'm going to gym after this because y'all got me
really, and I definitely did stop at the gym.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? But so and so to bring this full circle, the way we have a respect for one another, the way we allowed each other to speak our truths, the way we allowed each other to speak our truths, and even if it is judgment, it's never a judgment from a place of malice. It's more of a judgment from a place of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I take words at their face value. I don't use social definition, so I could say judgment and know what I mean by that. But even when it's funny because from the inside, from the outside looking in, people could be like, "Oh, I've never seen y'all butt heads," and I would tell them like, I've never had this conversation before, but if I did, I would tell them like, "Nah, we butt heads all the time. Like it's just not a butt heads that you would call a butt heads because there's the respect, there's the understanding, we have different
and experience too.
Yeah, and experience. We have the experience is heavy. The experience in communication is heavy. We have different opinions. We have different perspectives all of the time.
Even when we talking about Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
Perfect example. There's a respect, there's an understanding, there's a communication, there's an experience that is never from malice. I've been checked by you 1,000 times. I don't feel like you've ever been checked by me because I never really had to check you.
Vice versa. I definitely got my, and even I'm gonna let you go, but even if it wasn't directly, it was like, nah, boy was right. But go ahead.
Right. So, and it's like we know these things are never coming from malice. We know these things are never coming from envy, never coming from jealousy. We know these things are never coming from I want to take your spot or I don't think you deserve that spot. Like we not. And on top of that, It's more so we gonna eat.
And we want to eat together too. That's the difference.
Yeah, that's what I meant by we gonna eat. Like we gonna eat. Like we just gonna eat. And I don't know if now hearing you say that about school, I think that solidified the eating part. I think that solidified the eating part. And the way we was eating on that campus is crazy.
Bro, what?
Any aspect you want to put it on, but we ain't gonna go there because that's gonna open some.
Hey man, when I called you earlier today and I said what I said, man, that's exactly what I heard. So it is what it is.
It's violent, son.
It is what it is.
I'm
crying.
What's up, Mama Love?
Mama Love. Hey.
I just want to say this before he go crazy and close out rudely. I'm so happy it's not wild sports going on. We spent a lot of time talking about sports today. I'm crying. See, y'all wild. We talked enough about sports, but I'm glad we back here because there was a lot said in the last 45 minutes that I really hope y'all can pull the tools out from. Again, we call this important tools for a reason. We call this important tools because we wanted y'all chill because they're gonna think you're doing that to me, son. We call this important tools for a reason. And we hope y'all can dissect and take whatever y'all needed from that. But we hope y'all could take whatever y'all wanted. More importantly, we hope y'all could dissect that and take whatever y'all needed from that.
Amen.
I've been pushing the issue to make sure that we keep
back into tools.
Yeah, we keeping the mission plan the same.
Yes, sir.
And I be running from the fact that I don't even be watching sports the way I used to. So I don't be having much to say. That's why I be standing on my hill. Like once I get into a conversation where I know I can swim, I be front stroke, backstroke, breaststroke, part of my left. So I be in that shit swimming. But
that's why when football come, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited.
It's lit. Oh my God. I'm back in videos I've been watching. Let me chill, son. Yeah. Bro.
I'm hyped.
It's we got some things.
We can even do like a little Sunday game host, like in the morning, little predictions before the game, like a little 20-minute live.
You trying to be Eli and Peyton.
Nah, man. So it's something like that.
Come on.
Listen, the viewers be tuning in at the wrong time. Man. I wanted to ask you. I wanted to do a little blind slide and just ask you one question, but we got enough time for that or what?
I mean, I'm with it. I just hope I hope they get to this part. I'm with it. My chicken done. You saw me snacking. I had a little snacky snack.
Let me pull it up.
Or unless you want to save it for the next epi.
And kick it off like that?
No, say that for. I'm sorry, chat. I don't want to get hyped, and y'all be like, "What are you hyped for?" Just stay tuned, man.
No, we could say no. You know what? I'm with you. We can say that for the next episode. Huh?
Yeah, tell them stay tuned, man.
You got your notes done?
No.
I know. I know it.
I was. All right, my boy.
Wow. Hey, love is love.
Love is love. I appreciate that. Chat, this is the 14th episode.
Chat,
we dare be saying that merch is on the way, but it really is. It really is on the way.
Chat. Like that.
Seriously. It's more on the way than it was yesterday. So bear with us. You feel me? Love.
Y'all just gotta wait for the best things to come. You know, those things that come quick ain't it. Those things that take long, they strong.
Listen, man, he always ending the stream on something crazy though.
Yo, if y'all trying to eat